Hello friends of the VisionCrypto channel. My name is Aryan and my channel is all about crypto and chart analysis, explained as simply as possible. My last video was a few days ago due to illness, so today I want to catch up on the analysis of Polkadot, Chainlink and Cardano, as the upward momentum has really slowed down in the last few days and we've even experienced some pullbacks at times. Today we're going to talk again about the long-term bull run trend, what options the respective prices still hold for us, and whether we might be able to rule out another scenario or maybe even have to. And then of course we'll also talk about the short-term time frame, what we can expect from the respective prices in the near future. If you want to be informed about these three coins at least once a week and are also interested in other chart analyses of various projects, then you should subscribe to the channel because here you'll always be up to date. Let's start with Cardano. We currently have three scenarios on the chart for how the bull run could play out. First, we have this orange count, which I mentioned in the last video a week and a half ago, and I said that this scenario has become very, very unlikely in my opinion. Why? I'll tell you later, but for the sake of risk management, I'm keeping it there because you can't completely rule it out just yet. The white and blue counts are significantly more likely, where we would either be approaching a larger wave C here, meaning the last bull run was wave A, this bear market was wave B, and we would be moving into wave C upwards, which could bring Cardano to a price of around $3. And if we want to get a bit more political and say that the last bull run was wave 1, and we went down into wave 2 during the bear market, then we would be moving into wave 3 overall, and we would have a price target that would already be above $5 and possibly even a bit higher. In the short term, it looks like this. We've managed to see a nice increase in Cardano, which many didn't think would happen anymore, and we've gone from a price of 30 all the way up to 131 at its peak. Right now, it seems like the price is correcting a bit again, but in my opinion, it's absolutely nothing to worry about. The price box marks a trend reversal for the bearish view in orange. We've entered it expecting waves 4 and 5, targeting $2.05 to. We've entered this price box and have wave 4 and 5 ahead, with good chances of reaching $2.05 and 3 sunrise, confirming the bearish interpretation is invalid. The recent increase is a 5-part upward movement, which can extend further due to various counting methods, making it uncertain when the channel is full and a correction might occur. This could happen now, as we've left the trend channel once, but it isn't certain yet. This increase is a 5-part upward move, which can extend further upwards as counting varies and the channel's end is uncertain. Theoretically, it could happen now since we left the trend channel once, but it doesn't have to yet. Ultimately, there's wave 1 down, wave 2 built, then up to wave 3, followed by wave 4 and 5. At least that's my count now. Theoretically, that could be happening now since we've already left the trend channel once. It doesn't have to be the case just yet. In the end, we have a wave 1 down here with a wave 2 built out, then we moved up into a wave 3, followed by a wave 4 and a wave 5, at least that's how I'm counting it right now. And now we're correcting into a wave 4, where we could see prices down to about 0.64, but it would be more likely around 0.76. You can read this upward trend differently because theoretically, wave 1, wave 2, this could already be wave 3, followed by wave 4 and wave 5, and we could have already been through it. Theoretically, it would be possible, as the Fibonacci levels would suggest, but they are essentially overridden in these trend channels. And so it's also possible that we have wave 1, 2 here, and that we're currently moving up into wave 3, just building out the internal 4, and then have another increase before we finally see a correction into the larger wave 4, where the price targets could then also be pushed even higher. An important message: I want to share with you is that the next sell-off we have, or that we're already experiencing, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's actually part of the roadmap for the upward momentum and is quite healthy. The only thing we need to pay attention to is, what if we fall below $64? Then we would basically need to take another look at the chart structure, but right now I don't think that's going to happen. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, subscribe to the channel, because then you'll also find out if we have another increase upwards and if everything shifts a bit higher. And you'll find out from me whether this trend reversal area holds and how the journey continues into wave 5. And especially if this bearish interpretation, the chart can be taken away, then we can focus on the more bullish momentum. And you're in very good hands with me. 2001. If you don't want to be transparent with the tax office, it means you don't want them to have all your data in the crypto space, and you also don't feel like spending hours identifying yourself and submitting documents. And if you want to trade your favorite coins without the EU saying, but you can't trade this coin because we don't like it, then you need an exchange where that's not the case. Personally, I trade on Coinex and enjoy the freedoms I want. What you need to sign up is an email address and a password of your choice, and then you're registered and can trade freely. Instead of fewer, there are more coins, the fees are moderate, and those who sign up now can still receive up to $100 welcome bonus. Do it like I do, go to Coinex and sign up. Then let's move on to Polkadot. With Polkadot, we took down a bullish chart version early. Two interpretations remain: weak price development or a decent outcome with prices above $51. And now we only have two interpretations left that the chart allows, which either permit only a very weak price development in the further bull run, or we could still show a pretty decent outcome, where the price could go above around $51, but of course, it could also go much higher. The danger is that we could still develop a bearish structure here. And you can already see that we're entering this trend reversal area for the bearish count. With Cardano, we are already beyond that, we are much safer. But here's another point we need to pay close attention to, because it's quite possible that we've already found a sort of top during the last bull run, and we're currently in a wave 1 down. A 3-part corrective wave up into a larger wave 2, and then we could see another sell-off in waves 3, 4, and 5. We're in a bullish market. The chart may not turn bearish, but many miss this. They value our insights. This means that it does not necessarily have to be the case that the chart actually turns bearish. But in my opinion, many of my subscribers underestimate this, and I keep getting comments about it. They appreciate the channel for not just talking about moon prices, but also for pointing out the dangers in the crypto market. Those who haven't understood the overall structure criticize by saying, well, you leave every option open so you can later say, yeah, I knew it all along. But that's not the point here. It's about identifying the trend reversal areas based on the Elliott wave theory, where special attention needs to be paid to see how the chart plays out. Down here, we don't need to pay much attention yet, and we aren't over there either. But this area is important, where the price will either find a rejection or rise as a result. We will see a more bullish momentum. And there are so many out there in the market, and I've been through a few bull runs myself, and they're absolutely blind because only bullish prices are shown over and over again in different videos, and there's no room in their heads to consider that a price can also turn around. And those are the same people who, after the bull run, say it was all for nothing and that they even lost money in the worst case scenario. And that's exactly why I point out these areas to prevent that. And those are the people who, after the bull run, say it was all for nothing and that they even lost money in the worst case scenario. And that's exactly why I point out these areas to prevent that. Now let's take a quick look at this as well. The major difference is that we also have a trend channel here that can certainly stretch further upwards, similar to Cardano. But we are already through that. And here, as things are currently playing out, it's possible that if the trend channel is already finished, we could go into a wave 4 and then up into all 5, and we could actually turn right in this price box, which, by the way, I've had on the chart for quite a while. And then you really have to take a close look, because I'll give you the next trend reversal area to determine whether the price is completely crashing or if it's just a correction that will still lead us to higher prices. It could also be the case that we say we have wave 1, wave 2, this is wave 3, an internal wave 4, and this is wave 5, and now we're coming to the larger wave 4. But it's also possible again. So we say we have wave 1, 2, and this is just wave 3. We're currently moving into the internal 4, and we still have another rise ahead. That would be really good, because then we would already be in this trend box before we correct in the larger wave 4, where prices would then shift further upwards. After that, we would drop down into wave 4, and then there would be a final rise. We can only be absolutely sure that we're going bullish once we hit a price target of $26. And as you can see, the price really needs to pick up significantly to be completely confident that we can take this yellow scenario from the chart. That's why Polka is keeping a close eye on it, so there aren't any nasty surprises in case things go south. 1,000, and I have to say I'm also invested in Polkadot, and it's actually a pretty big position for me. I still hope for this bullish scenario, which is why I haven't sold, just to put that into perspective. Now, let's take a look at Chainlink together. I personally am still hoping for this bullish variant and have therefore not sold in order to put it into perspective. Then let's take a look at Chainlink together. So we also have a bearish interpretation in orange on the chart. That's not entirely unfounded, because we always have a target for a larger wave 2 that we aim for over the course of a year, and this target was only worked out very shallowly. This means there was still room down here for the price to drop quite a bit further, so it's definitely possible at the moment that we could sell off again in this trend reversal area. But how likely it is that I'll hold that, we'll see when we take a look at the short-term time frame. We also have two bullish interpretations on the chart. On one hand, we have this yellow count, which would be, if we were to build out an ABC here, then we would have a price range of about $60 and a bit more that Chainlink could reach. And looking at it bullishly, we're in a white count, where we could see a price range of over $90 that Chainlink could aim for. We can be sure that we can take this orange count from the chart if we reach a price target of $30. Then it would definitely come from the chart. Now, let's also take a look at the short-term perspective. We can be sure that we can take this orange count from the chart if we reach a price target of $30. Then it will definitely come from the chart. Then let's take a look at the short-term perspective as well. Right now, I see it like this. In the rise over the last days and weeks, we could have built out waves 1, 2, and 3. We might be working on wave 4 right now, which means we could still drop a bit lower before we have another rise into wave 5. And even there, we have a good chance of leaving this trend reversal area behind and moving above it in wave 3. That would be a really good sign that we won't sell off again. But as I said, we can only be safe from this sell-off if we hit $30. That would happen if, after wave 3, we build out wave 4 and wave 5 and then move into this price range over here, allowing us to take this count from the chart down. If we actually reach this wave 3, then we would dip back into wave 4 before building out wave 5, which could take us to $90. I hope today's video had some exciting information for you. If so, please leave a thumbs up, drop me a quick comment, or even just a little smiley. That would help boost the algorithm and be great for the channel. And I want to point out that there's another exciting chart analysis waiting for you in the end credits. If we actually successfully reach this potential wave 3, then we would dip back into a subsequent phase of wave 4 before building out an extended version of wave 5, which could potentially take us to $90. I hope today's video had some exciting information for you. If so, feel free to leave a thumbs up, drop me a quick comment, or maybe just a little smiley. That would help boost the algorithm and be great for the channel. I also want to point out that there's another exciting chart analysis waiting for you in the end credits. I wish you all a great time until the next video, and bye.